Facing off for just the 6th time, Detroit plays host to Baltimore in Week 3. The Lions attempt to defeat the Ravens for just the 2nd time, right here on EA Sports.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Play action. Now Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Well, this defense for the Lions, much improved from Week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So that run there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Charles, you take a look at the draft class for this offense. It's highlighted by a first-round pick who provides a much-needed boost to their offensive line.
And you and I both know it's the kind of pick that doesn't often get a fan base really excited. But I know who is excited. Their quarterback. He won't get hit as much, and that should improve the rest of the offense as well.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Jackson from the shotgun. And it's caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field. All right, this is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it? But with his ability to throw the football, his accuracy on this drive, you might want to think about a pass play in this situation.
Interesting. Time to find out. Now it's Jackson. Touchdown! Josh Oliver, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury. And it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. And he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a 1st down. Now a play fake, and it's gone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in. And now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. You got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
There's Goff. This is intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads, and definitely more.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. So problems with Aaron passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't. Do it all on one throw.
2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
Goff a handoff here to Swift. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
Second and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Now it's Goff. And that is incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up fourth down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, that is intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Quite a decision there on fourth down. They didn't just want the first. They wanted 6 points, and following the interception, they're going to come away with neither.
And that's too bad, partner, because they really went for it on that one, right? Because I think in their mind, sometimes the illogical play is a logical play. But in this case, they were wrong.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. Good move at the 30. Another nice move. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action now. Jackson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The numbers for Andrews last week: 4 catches, 57 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. So not his arm, but hurting him with his legs. A gain of 19 on the keeper and a first down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. This is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Tight defense there on third down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Tucker's kick is good, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. Jared Goff and the rest of the Lions offense set to go to work once more. So with the 3 interceptions, how does he erase them? The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now this throw caught left side, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 22 yards there, a first down.
That's good for the Lions. First down.
This is Swift on the counter. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. From the red zone now, Goff. And that is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal. Here's Goff. Toward the pylon, caught. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Tyrell Williams from 8 yards out. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Right back to Swift again on second down. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
3rd and 2. Goff. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep. In their own territory.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Working with a 2nd and 4. Now a handoff for Dobbins.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
When they put the ball in J.K. Dobbins' chest and he carries it, he runs with a lot of determination and aggressiveness. Just one start last year as a rookie, but still managed 805 yards and 9 touchdowns. I think he's ready for a big year 2 leap. Now the lead runner for the Baltimore Ravens.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. They'll get 6 on the play, and it's going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Ravens receivers are ranked last in receptions and receiving yards each of the last 2 years. Thus, the pick of Rashad Bateman at the University of Minnesota. He was their first-round pick, number 27 overall, and they expect to see more catches and more first downs from that young man.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He gets this underneath to Dobbins. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Jackson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. A gain of 6 there on first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running backs unsuccessfully.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time. Our defense just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Justin Tucker into the field goal. A 28-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good.
And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they'll get it. Down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Flushed out right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Here's Goff. Dancing to his left. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 44.
Now gone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
It's the 3rd quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard. And while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Ravens have got it. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Personal foul.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
Here's a give to Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have used the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Tucker now for the extra point. And that PAT pushes the lead up to 23 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked out officially at the 21. And Detroit getting set to go now. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Patrick Queen. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Goff under pressure, and they got to him again. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A nice little juke. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper at 2nd down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Jackson. Going deep here for Watkins. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with the referee. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know You're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Goff. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. To the air again. Goff. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Swift. He's going to be very close to a 1st down. Good running, but looks like he's a yard short. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively. From the 44, Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle there by Alex Anzalone. So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. An option handoff here to Dobbins. And a short gain down to about the 33. The 2nd down play, not much better than the 1st, just a gain of 1 there. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down. Here's Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Throwing on third. Goff. Into the secondary, past the 40. And running with power here. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun. Goff. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And between the last two plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hockenson. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Over the middle, it's Fells. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Now Goff taps this forward. That's a jet sweep. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago.
Touchdown! That's caught. T.J. Hockenson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football. And that's what his offensive line wants for him.
Oh, he sheds himself free. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Well, you don't expect too many quarterbacks to be adept at breaking away from would-be tacklers, but this is uncommonly good right here as he's able to get away. And some room to roam now. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. Murray, strong running, and he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8. Now Dobbins. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
A 49-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Now Goff. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Evades him at the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. They'll run for it. This is Murray. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more. Importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal.
A 22-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick is good. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. DeAndre Swift heading back out with his Detroit teammates. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments, and you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Now he's forced out right. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. From just shy of midfield, Goff, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Ravens have got it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And they'll begin by running the option. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. A handoff. It's Murray. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.